Adventures of Teton Curtis. Curtis, a 6-year-old in 1930s Wyoming, lived in the shadow of the Grand Tetons. His family's dairy farm relied on him to bring in the cows before dark. The cows pastured a mile from the barn, near a beaver pond nestled among tall pines that provided shelter from the snow. Curtis rode his trusted friend Old Blue, an old draft horse too slow to run but steady and warm, carrying him through the knee-deep snow. One evening, Curtis played too long after school. He ran home in the snow. By the time he saddled Old Blue, darkness was fast approaching. Riding Old Blue as twilight progressed. With a coal lantern in hand, he made his way through the deep snow toward the pond to gather the cows. The cows were reluctant to move. Curtis broke off and swished a willow in the air. After much yelling and prodding, they finally stood, but they moved slowly. High up on the mountain a lone wolf howled, "Yep yep yoo-hoo-ol. A wolf! Calling the pack to dinner." The cows were really scared. Their eyes were wide, ears straight out, and tails in the air. The frightened cows bolted in a stampede toward the safety of the barn, leaving Curtis and Old Blue all alone in the snowy meadow. Curtis kicked Old Blue. She could not run, but she plodded, plip-plop, along. The wolves had reached the pond and was racing to catch Old Blue. Waving his lantern, Curtis prayed as they neared the gate. Suddenly, headlights cut through the night. A Model T Ford appeared next to the gate. The wolves hesitated, wary of the lights and noisy beast. They sat down to wait for the beast to go on. The car followed Curtis and Old Blue home. Looking back, Curtis saw the wolves sitting in the snow, licking their lips, their meal just out of reach. As they got to the safety of the barn, Curtis and Old Blue waved a thanks to driver of the car and he was pulled down into his father's warm arms. Safe in the barn, Old Blue rested on fresh hay. Curtis, warm in bed, was grateful his prayer was answered and he had not become a wolf's dessert.